You're right there, ladies and gents, how is it going? I'm out on my little 8S, as you can see, and the rain is falling down in front of me. Bah, rubbish weather. I love English summers. But yes, this, sadly, is probably the last time I will be out on this motorcycle for pleasure. Yes, its time has come. Its time has come. I love the bike. I very, very, very much love the bike. It's a hell of a lot of fun, and that is its prime directive, I think, was to be a fun motorcycle. And if you only have one bike, and a fun bike is the bike that you want for that, this could quite possibly be the perfect motorcycle for you. But I have multiple bikes. I've just got myself a new fun bike, so this one needed to fill a different role. And it is a cheaper bike, it is a more budget bike, and it is one that I don't need to worry about riding in crappy weather and stuff like that. Well, that's the new directive. I mean, it was always the directive, but that's the new directive, is to be able to be an all-weather motorcycle. And I said on my review of the bike that it just isn't. It just isn't. Yes, even with the silly tail extended mudguard thing that I put on the back of it, it still roosts me up the back. It still roosts me up the back whenever I ride it. And I can't ride this all year round because of that, and it just leaves me feeling a little bit sad because I do very much enjoy riding this motorcycle. Yeah, I do very much love riding this motorcycle and love owning it. It is a cracking little bike, but there's a few little bits and bobs that it doesn't do very well. I mentioned that it doesn't do the wet weather stuff very well. It also it doesn't do distance incredibly well, because you can't really easily strap luggage to it without buying like the proper Suzuki stuff, and even that is a bit limited on space and all that. So for a big AAA, I just can't really practically use it easily. I mean, you can make anything work. I mean, I've not toured, but I've done big distance on my old 390 KTM Duke, so I know you can do it on bikes that aren't the most practical, but it just made everything a little bit cramped and squashed. So again, I am looking at wanting a little bit more space for real estate on the bike, and yes, this little blue delight just doesn't have it. So anyway, I've been scouring the old Auto Trader and all that sort of thing, just trying to find a bike that I would like, that would do the things that I want it to do. And there's not really an awful lot in the budget friendly side of things that is, in my idea, a bike that I want to be seen on. Not seen on, that's the wrong word. None that suits my personality particularly. Although there is one, and we all know I love the engine on this bike, and I am a bit of a Suzuki fan. I do like kind of how they do things, although they are a bit slow at doing them. Yeah, that's the V-Strom 800. If you look at my back catalogue, not so far back, you'll see that I reviewed the 800 DE and RE motorcycles down on the Wheel Superstore, and I really like them both, but I didn't really feel that the DE offered me enough as a road bike without downsides, because it was a bit tall for me, although I do love that yellow with the gold wheels. And I was quite smitten with the road edition, the RE version, because I gelled with it quite nicely. And yes, so it seems I'm actually going out to buy that motorcycle. I'm not going out now, I'm going out to get myself a yoghurt at Golding Barn over at the Fuel Coffee House. But yes, I'm actually buying the bike that I rode on that demo. It was a cracking machine. They had it up at a good price, with not many miles on it, although it's done a few more since they put the advert up. It's still a very low, almost brand new motorcycle, and yeah, so I'm trading this in, hence why it now sounds a bit muted. I've put the standard exhaust back on. I'm leaving the tail tidy on it just because I can't be bothered with the faffing of swapping it all over. But yeah, this is going back to On the Wheel, where it came from. I've very much enjoyed my time with it, and I don't dislike the bike at all. So yeah, it's not It's not that I don't like the bike, it's that it just doesn't suit what I need from it, unfortunately, anymore. But yes, that means that a V-Strom is going to be in my garage very shortly. We're just waiting on the I's to be dotted and T's to be crossed, and work out a suitable arrival date. Me go down and swap the bikes over.
Keep that bike from side down.
Now, I'm pretty sure some of you had probably already guessed that that was on the agenda, on the game card sort of thing. Possibly even before I did, I don't know, but yes, it's what's happening. I'm quite excited. I'm quite looking forward to getting the V-Strom 800. I think it is an awesome bike. I mean, the engine is exactly the same as it is on this. I don't even think it's a different state of tune. I might be wrong on that. I can't wait to have a bike that is possibly going to be one of the most comfortable motorcycles I will have ever owned. I was very impressed with the comfort levels on them, on both the RE and DE, and it will give me all the things that this one doesn't for wet weather performance, as in it's got a proper tail on the end, and it's got enough real estate to put some serious amounts of luggage on it, so I can do some longer trips away on that rather than having to use my Aprilia for road tours. And the good thing about that is that then I can probably put like a more focused trail tyre on the Aprilia without actually feeling like it's detrimental to the bike, because it is awful to ride that bike on wet tarmac with knobbly tyres. I mean, it's just not fun at all. So yes, it means that they should, with this in mind, be a little bit more in the way of Aprilia trail riding on the channel, because I'll be less intimidated by riding it in the skanky horrible stuff. It will mean that there will possibly be more sort of road tour type videos in the future. Not got anything planned, but in the future, because I'll be more inclined to ride tarmac if I've got a bike that's better at it. Yes, and then sunny day shenanigans on the XSR. All good stuff. So I guess some of you are wondering where that leaves the beta, and that is the puzzle. I only rode it probably 5 times, if not less, last year. I've had a bit of a problem with the tubeless system on the front wheel, as in it kept letting itself down like quite a lot. It was alright for going out for a day ride, but it let itself down enough for me to get annoyed with it, if you know what I mean. So I think I must have got like a micro pinch in the bladder or something like that, because it just deflates over time quite quickly. The rear, it almost holds full pressure, like almost permanently. I mean, I fitted that one very well, which isn't bad for my first go at it. I'm quite chuffed with that. But yeah, anyway, so I'm going to convert the front back to tubed. I can't remember the last time I had a puncture in the front, other than through valves breaking and stuff like that. So yeah, I know they do happen, but yeah, that's what I'm going to do with that. And I'm going to then see if I use it a little bit more for trail riding, be it locally or throwing it in the van, as it will be a bit more convenient for it all. Because I absolutely love riding that bike on the trails. It is so fun. It is so capable. And yeah, you just can't fault that bike. It's been so reliable, and it's so nimble. Yeah, it's a fantastic machine, and I've spent a lot of money making it a fantastic machine for me by getting the suspension properly lowered, putting a comfortable seat on it, all the radiator bracings and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't want to get rid of that prematurely, because it will cost me an awful lot to replace it. An awful lot. I mean, I've spent a good few quid on that, and I won't get that back. Talking of getting stuff back, I got an absolutely diabolical part exchange on this. That's not on the wheel's fault, it's just what these bikes are selling for at the moment. Yeah, 9 months old with 3,500 miles on the clock, and yeah, almost lost half of its value. So yeah, I'm kind of very annoyed with myself there. I don't blame anyone else. It's what happens when you turn around motorcycles on the fast sort of turnaround type thing. You're going to take a big hit on depreciation. But I thought that was a bit mean. That was a bit mean. But it's just what it is. It's mad. I mean, like, considering this was bike of the year and all that sort of stuff, don't see very many of them about. Yeah, every single person I have spoken to, admittedly a lot of them are biased, but every single person I have spoken to who's ridden one of these has absolutely loved it. So yeah, it's kind of sad that there's not more of them about, and I guess because there's not more of them about, it means that the resale on them isn't super, because it's just yeah, it's just one of the things. But yes, it just means that there's not enough demand for these bikes for them to maintain their value, which is crazy because it's a cracker. It's a cracker. Anyway, I am now here at Golden Barn at the Fuel Coffee House, which is that shop there, and provided they're open, which I hope so. Yes, they are open. I shall get myself a lovely yoghurt and granola and fruit tasty delight. Lovely old Porsche, yum yum. Yes, this is my guilty pleasure. I don't always eat bacon sandwiches. Sometimes I eat granola. But anyway, right, I'm going to get myself some tasty granola, and we'll get back out on the bike. So this is possibly the most tastiest treat you can have here. Awesome stuff. Cup of tea, some granola yogurt. Yum yum. So yes, this is possibly the last time you're going to see this bike on the channel. Obviously I will be riding it down to on the wheel to swap the bikes over for the V-Strom. But yeah, I've very much, absolutely very much enjoyed my time with this motorcycle. Even getting a wet bum in the bad weather. It's just not the right bike for the need it has in my stable. Anyway, let's get out of here, shall we? Lovely, lovely Porsche. Thank you, Fuel Coffee House, for your delightful food. What an amazing little venue. I do highly recommend it. I know some people probably think I've got a problem with the turnaround of motorcycles I have. I don't at all. I like riding different motorcycles, and I don't do anything else really. Motorcycles are my life, so the money that I earn just gets spent on bikes. And I've got no kids, got no missus, so other than my little snack stops at all these cafes, yeah, all my money goes on motorcycles. So for me, it's just a thing that ticks me along, keeps me happy, gives me a reason to go to work each day that I go to work. And I do go to work quite a lot. Not that you'd think that with the amount of time I spend riding midweek and all that, but I'm a shift worker. And yeah, I've got a very good job, which I like. I almost say I love it, but it's work, and at the end of the day I'd rather just have the money and not go to work. But yes, so to all of you who think I have a problem, I don't. I just like trying different things, and we're always on that quest to get the Goldilocks of motorcycles for those of us who only have one motorcycle. And if we have a couple of bikes or so, then it's trying to find a bike that fits your requirements in each of those sort of categories without having such a compromise. If I only had one motorcycle, I don't know what motorcycle I would have, because I enjoy all aspects of riding motorbikes. So to limit me to one would be quite a challenge indeed. I'm sure I'd survive. First world problems and all that. But yeah, I just like bike. I like bike. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to take the hit and spend the money on them. Other people, they have big holidays away, sometimes with families and stuff, and that costs an absolute fortune. And that's just money that you never get back. You're still having to pay for your mortgage while you're away. So That's your depreciation. That's the hit you take on doing the things that you love doing. I have the odd weekend away throughout a year. Sometimes I might go away for a little bit longer, but I never really do the big holiday thing. I've got a mate who lives in Australia who keeps trying to get me to go over and see him. He's coming over in a few weeks, and that would be amazing. But he's already said to me it's the last time he's coming over here as a family, on the holiday side of things, because it's so very expensive to do. And I feel bad for not going to visit him. I've been over there once, and I enjoyed spending some time with him, but I've never really had the huge travel bug that I know he had, and a lot of my other friends have. Yeah, I just don't have it. I travelled a long way in the Navy, just didn't see any of it because I was under the water. But anyway, I don't know why I felt like I kind of needed to sort of semi-justify myself there. I don't. It's my money, it's all earned honestly, and what I choose with it is my business at the end of the day. But I do worry that some people think I'm a dick when it comes to that. I certainly don't do it to flex or what have you. If I wasn't making YouTube videos, I'd be the exact same person with motorcycles. Yeah, motorcycles for me are kind of like tattoos. Other people can see them, but the reason you get them is for yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. So those of you that have said, oh, not another bike, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Like it or lump it. Anyway, if you have not done so already, please do click that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you come back for some more. If you're looking forward to seeing some V-Strom stuff or any of the other bikes I've got in my garage, again, give me a big old thumbs up. That would be grand. If, however, you're miffed that this thing is going, then that is fine too, and you can always give it a little thumbs down. I do not mind at all. But please do drop down a comment below. Let me know which is what and why is up and down and all that sort of stuff. So yes, alright, 40 mile an hour rubbish. You ride safe and take care, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.
Keep that bar rubber side down. You know, you gotta keep that bar rubber side down.